we see a lot of CNC engraved patches. Carving the whole pushcard is still too horizontal. Titanium alloy body inlaid with brass subcopper full CNC engraving. There are also 16 o'clock gem embellishments. A complete show-off work. The jaw-dropping craftsmanship makes the boundaries between EDC and artwork. It became more and more blurred, and the four kings from 3S EDC pushed the card. Let's take a closer look together. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Hidden EDC Toy Sharing. I am a cultural toy on the theme of the four heavenly kings of Mu. There is a lot of effort. There are also some cute art designs in the Q version. Obviously, this time 3 seconds also adopts a cute style, and the four kings are all cute. And the details are different. None of the carvings are attached. Each is a completely independent work gameplay. It is a simple mechanical direct push that feels silky and smooth. The structure is exactly the same as Plan S. You can watch the video of my previous 5 wins. The four heavenly kings correspond to the southeast, northwest, and also mean that the wind and rain are smooth. Then it comes to myths and legends. Yes, the book continues the story of the dispute between Buddhism and Taoism caused by Wen Guangong. If you haven't heard of it yet, then hurry up and make up for the 5 saints push card. That video is back, and then watch the story is even more exciting. Then let's introduce the four heavenly kings next. Let's take a look at the first Eastern heavenly king. Holding the country means protecting all living beings and protecting the country. So he is called the king of the kingdom. He guards the Eastern holy divine state. Holding a pipa in order to use music to convert sentient beings to Buddhism. Second, let's look at the growth of the Southern Growth King means to grow good roots. Protecting the Dharma, as the name suggests, grows. The king guards the southern province and guards the sword. It is to protect the Dharma from infringement. Third, the Western Guangmu heavenly king Guangmu means to be able to observe the world at any time. Protecting the people, hence he is called the king of Guangmu. Guarding the rhinoceros Huzhou and the Zen Chisua. If you see someone who does not believe in Buddhism, you will use the rope table to convert them to Buddhism. From this point of view, it is still the king of the country who is gentler. The last one is also the first of the four heavyweight kings. The king of the north, the king of heaven, is known for his virtue in all directions. Therefore, he is called the king of literature. Holding a treasure sail, it is used to subdue the demon lord and protect the wealth of the people. Therefore, it is also called Shirkai. Tian was the only officially designated god of wealth in early Buddhism. His prototype is Pishiman, the god of wealth in ancient Indian Buddhism. In the last issue, we talked about the introduction of Buddhism into China by 2 routes. The degree of silk is the Chinese Buddhism and the passage. Tibetan Buddhism in the Himalayas is indifferent Buddhism. Medium, the Dharma of the same god will also be different. The prototype of the imperial god of wealth produced by Jianfeng is also Bishamenshin. Therefore, the god of wealth and the king of multiple gates are the same person, or the same god. They are both the official Buddhist gods of wealth. Visham in heaven. Some people will say that Tibetan Buddhism has 5 gods of wealth. What is the 5-color god of wealth? Just a simple interject. As I just said, different gods go to different places. There will be different names and appearances. Let's take the red god of wealth as an example. The prototype of the red god of wealth is actually the son of the god of the master, Ganesh. In Tibetan Buddhism, it is called the Great Sage Joyful Heaven. That is, the transliteration of Thai Buddhism. Can also be called Ganesha or Gainstone. Praying for blessings to the gods can bless the smooth progress of the ceremony or a certain project. Merchants often worship the gods of fortune telling for blessings, and business projects can proceed smoothly. Over time, the god of fortune became the god of wealth that protected merchants. Then the same is true for the Great Sage Joy, which has spread to Tibetan Buddhism. The red god of wealth is generally worshipped by merchants. Of course, the emperor can also be a god, because the emperor is the hand of the 5-colored god of wealth. It is also possible to worship the emperor's talent god. He doesn't care about anyone. Let's go back to the many doors, the king of heaven and the king of many doors. It was also revered by ancient Chinese soldiers as a single independent temple for the monarch god. In the Song dynasty army, the worship of Pishiman was very prevalent. Almost every unit will have a heavenly king hall to worship the heavenly king. Later, this kind of worship of Pishimanshin was restored, with the spread of Chinese Buddhism to Japan. The famous Senshin Kamiyama during the Warring States period, his military flag was painted with King Duowen. If you have played the game like a dragon, you'll find the location of the Sotenku cabinets in Osaka, right next to the Pishiman Bridge. So how did the battle between Buddhism and Taoism unfold? This is about the general of our Tang dynasty. Li Jing is also a great hero passed down by word of mouth. The battle for the divine song began. But last time I gave it to the public security. Not a single bodhisattva level has stolen Taoism. What about Hembu this time? You can give him the title of Buddha. What should I do? China likes the god of wealth, right? We also have Buddhism, the king of literature. Therefore, Li Jing was regarded as the embodiment of the king of Duowen. One of the Dharma aspects of King Duowen is holding a tower in his left hand. On top of the pagoda, each layer is a different gold and silver bead. Treasure flows from jade, and besides, Pishimanshan also has 3 sons, namely Jinzhu. Where is wood? Buddhism puts Pishimanshan as the heavens. That is, the treasure and 3 sons of the king of many gates were all placed on Li Jing. Isn't this King Toda Li, one of the 36 heavenly generals of Taoism? And is there Neza, the 3rd prince of Li Jing? So everyone knows the result. Li Jingren didn't grab it. He also put in a pagoda and 3 sons. Because the pagoda itself is an exclusive Buddhist building. Before Buddhism flowed into China, there was no such building as a pagoda in China. So a Taoist god holding a pagoda is strange in itself. Not to mention giving birth to 3 Indian children. Neza's name is not Chinese when he hears it. He is an Indian child. But Neza is coming. China is also promising. It is that there are 3,000 marshals of our Taoist middle altar in Taiwan. Many temples of the marshal of the middle altar are dedicated to Neza. So this time the story of the robbery of Buddhism and Taoism ended in a Buddhist fiasco. It's worse than the last time I robbed Guangdong. Finally, one more word. Sometimes when we see King Duowen, we'll mainly use the Dharma form of holding a mouse in the left hand. This is also a treasure called the rabbit mouse, which will spit out gold and silver jewelry every day. Let's come back and see if the god of wealth also has one in his hand. Because the king of many gates and the god of wealth are both the original gods of Pishiman. So these 2 rats are also the same rat. But when it comes to Tibet, this rat bred Ha, the 5-colored god of wealth, 1 hand per person. This evolution is also normal. When the god arrived at his burial, he didn't turn back into a human face. Studying traditional mythological stories is a very interesting thing. Many stories can be seen from the side of ancient times one by one. The background of the dynasty and the basic demands and spiritual outlook of the people. Okay, the pit of the 5 saints push card is considered to be filled. If there are EDC toys with the theme of gods and demons after that, I will also introduce you to the friends you like as soon as possible. You can click to follow. 1 click triple. See you next time.